Morning, drivers. Welcome back to Horsepower TV. Here live from Kenworth Studios this morning. Brought to you by Cattle Rolling Crew and Rafter C Livestock Transportation. Hey, I want to cover this morning. There's sometimes when you load, we will load off of a temporary chute, even if it's a permanent location. You may have a temporary chute set up for whatever reason. They never built a permanent chute. And if you're not careful and you hit them too hard, you can knock them from here to China. When you're backing up and you get squared up, just ease back into them. If you really feel it, you can tell when you hit it without shoving it out of whack. It's kind of a fine art to do it, but it can be done. You don't have to knock even if there's nobody guiding you. You can just ease into them, and you can tell when you tap them, stop. Don't shove it back any further because it's probably more likely attached to other corral panels and what have you. So when you hit it and push it, it messes up the whole system. I mean, you got panels that are crooked or you may bend the braces that it's sitting on or whatever. So even permanent chutes. There are some places that have really solid concrete chutes, and when you hit them, you know it. If you hit them too hard, it's like shoving the trailer through the back of your cab. And then there's places that have permanent chutes, but they're ancient. They've been built out of old railroad ties and old timbers, and just kind of patched back together, and this, that, and the other. And if you hit them too hard, you'll just break them. To take the whole front edge right off of them. I seen a guy the other day. We loaded somewhere, and he even had somebody guiding him, and he wasn't paying attention. I don't know what. Anyways, he just was slammed that thing, broke the whole front lip of it off. So the rest of us who loaded, whenever we'd back up to the chute, we had to kind of lay plywood, or not plywood, but lay the boards and everything kind of back down in the hole so that the cattle weren't stepping down in there. And make sure you're always square. When you bump the chute, inch gap or something, that's fine. But if you get too big a gap and you're too crooked, then animals can step their legs down in between the chute and the back of the trailer when they're walking in there, and that can be bad. Make sure you're lined up with the chute. Especially a calf, when they're running in there and they're coming back out again, sometimes they'll do that. They get all freaked out and they'll run in the trailer and they'll run back out just as fast as they went in. Well, if you're not lined up on the chute just right, and the side of the chute is kind of 6, 7, 8 foot off the edge of your chute, they'll try to stick their head through there and go out that way instead of going back down the chute. And so just make sure you're square with it. The sides of the chute are equal with the sides of your opening, and everything is square and neat. If you got to readjust. That's just the name of the game. Some chutes are easy to hit, some aren't. Some are optical illusions. They'll be pointed one way, but the face of the damn chute's at an angle from the actual sides of the chute. So you think you're lining up straight with it, on the sides, but the face is not built square to the world. So why they do that, I have no idea what somebody was thinking of. Maybe a Corona or too many when they were building the chute. Who knows? But anyway, when you're circling by, usually you'll come up and the chute will be on your driver's side window. Scope it out. Look at it. Is the face of it square with the sides? And then so that if it is, well, then when you swing around, pull out in front of it to back up, you line the side of your trailer up with the one side of the chute on the driver's side. If it's not, get kind of an idea of the face that it's facing. Pick something out there in front of you, in front of the chute that's kind of lined up with it, to get you going in the right direction to start with. And then you can readjust. If you got to pull ahead back up again, then that, like I said, that's fine. It's better to pull up a couple times than to hit it wrong or hit it hard or whatever. So there's no big deal. I've had mornings where I've had the backup seems like a million times to get scored for that chute for whatever reason or another. And it could be a chute that I've backed up and hit the first time every time. It's just sometimes you have those mornings. So anyway, hey, the Don't Be That Guy today is a little more into the general trucking, not just cow trucks. In fact, there'd probably be very few of us, if any, that ever do this. But when you guys are sitting at the goddamn fuel islands and you're done pumping fuel, pull that damn truck out to the parking lot if you're going to take a shower. There don't need to be no 30-minute breaks, lunch breaks, everything else. I mean, if you're just going to run in and use the restrooms and buy you a snack, run back out, and you can be done and gone before the guy behind you fueling, fine. But That's what that little spot there in front of the pumps was for. But don't sit there at the goddamn pumps, even at the pumps themselves. I pulled into places that have timers above them, and they'll be 45 minutes, an hour. I mean, my God, guys, get that so much back on the road and go. Even hauling freight, you can't sit there forever. No one's paying you to sit there and twiddle your thumbs in the trucking, you know. I realize y'all got to take your 30-minute breaks and everything that we're not obligated to do when we're loaded, but shit, go somewhere else and take your 30-minute break instead of screwing around and ruining our day. You know, it's get your shit and get out. You know, if you want to park it, build a fence around it. Go out in the North 40 somewhere and be done. But get the hell out of our way. God, that's aggravating. You know, you pull in behind somebody and you get your fuel in, you still sit there for 20 minutes waiting for that damn thing to move. Sometimes they don't even move then. You know, it's you have to back out of the fuel line just so you can get back out on the road and get going. This is I don't know what some of you guys are thinking. I mean, it's not everybody, but there's a large majority of certain companies that they must train them to do that because it's always that goddamn outfit that, you know, I don't want to say any names, ends in FT, I think, or something like that. I don't know, but anyway, it's like, what the hell, you know? Get your asses back out on the road and get to work. That's what we're paid to do, even you guys. So don't be that guy, okay? I mean, shit. We gotta make a living. We can't be sitting around the truck stop. So anyway, you guys be good today. Have a good week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.